Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, Facebook community. I am here on a Wednesday afternoon in Austin, Texas. It's beautiful and sunny out, and fall is sort of here. Our mornings have been cold, but it's nice and warm by the afternoons, and allergens are in high gear. So all of this brings me here today. I'm just kind of checking in, with how I am and what's going on in my world today. And I'm really excited because I have another light bulb moment or an aha moment to share with you all. And I'm really excited because in my work as a child-centered life coach for teens and parents, I find so much, I find that as I go out into the world and as I meet other professionals and as I engage with my friends and my family and as I do my own personal development, I find so many threads or so many pieces of knowledge that I know to be truths in the world that I then bring into my work with my clients. And likewise, as I observe something with my clients, I go out and I kind of ponder it and think about it in the rest of my life, and I find, where that connects. And so today I'm sharing one of those big connections that I've been coming to in this process. And it's interesting because I don't think the parts of my life they're not separate. They're really all integrated, and it's just this like beautiful woven cloth that is my life. And that the same goes for you, right? As you show up in the world in all of the roles that you show up in, as maybe a parent or as a teacher, as a sister, a daughter, a brother, an uncle, as a mentor, all the roles that you take, it's like you learn threads or you learn lessons from one role of your life, and then it affects another role in your life, or you take the truths that you learn in one place and adapt it to be a truth in another place of your life. And so I'm just sharing one of those with you all today. And so what came up for me is the power of reflection. And the way that this came up is last night in my group therapy session, I realized so much about the strength that I gained by sharing a little bit of my perspective. So taking something that felt really internal, some of my emotions or mental processes, things that I'm thinking about myself, and as I put them outside of me and name them within a community or a safe space, I get to hear other people get to reflect back to me what they're hearing. And as they do that, I get to say, no, that's not what I'm saying, or that's not what I'm thinking, or that's not how I identify or describe myself. And then, oh yeah, that's resonates with me. That's what I'm trying to create, or that's what I'm saying. And so I can kind of sort through as they reflect back to me what they're hearing or how they're perceiving, which of course is mixed up with their own life experiences as well. That's part of like what creates their perception. I'm able to then go back inside and think about what is it that really resonates with me? What is it that really connects with, what I'm experiencing? And I'm able to use that reflection opportunity to dig deeper into my self-awareness. So it's so cool that other people can be our mirrors. Other people can reflect back for us. And then, of course, we can use this practice to, again, tap back into our own, strengths, our own well of knowledge, our own well of deep self-awareness. And so what this brings up for me is while my group provides a space of reflection, they can be my mirrors, I realize that is exactly what I do as a coach. So as a coach for teens and parents, I provide a mirror and I can reflect back to them. This is what I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing you say that you're feeling disappointed. I'm hearing you say that you're stressed out. And then they can check in. Is that what I'm feeling? And they might need to correct me, or they might say, yes, that's it. You helped me name it. And then through this process, we can dig to deeper levels we dig to deeper levels as I guide my clients and I hold the space and I ask questions to give them the opportunity to, again, look inside. And so I'm just providing the reflection. I'm just providing a sort of a prompt or an invitation to do some self-exploration. And so I think what this also brings up for me another way that this connects is that in my business, every single Monday, I do an accountability check. And it's really cool because even when I do have an accountability partner that I share my check with, and I just go over some basic things, what I accomplished in my week, what I didn't accomplish, what I need help with, and then what I plan to accomplish in the next week. And so as for this system to work, I sit down and I write it all out myself. And then if I have a partner, when I have a partner, I present my list to them and I just kind of riff on it and explain what's been coming up for me. And that person doesn't provide coaching back. Actually, I learned this from my first coach, Nicole, and the person doesn't coach me back, but they just listen and they hold space, and they might have some questions to help me get clear on things, or I might ask them questions for feedback. But it's not really about them coaching. The interesting thing about it is that in this accountability check, I provide myself my own mirror. As I write out what's been going on for me, what I accomplished, what I didn't, and what I will accomplish, I'm literally just reflecting back to myself what my experience was in the last week. And then I'm looking forward with that mirror, forward thinking about what I will accomplish. So I love this idea of the mirror. And, another thing I just have to bring in here, of course, is that I work so much with parents on self-care, and I work so much with teens on self-love. And this idea of the mirror, I mean, how many times do we maybe look in the mirror and say something unkind to ourselves or think something unkind to ourselves? So looking at this reflection in all these ways about how we can use the mirror to look deep within ourselves and to find our truths, to find our voice. And so how interesting that we can also use the literal mirror to do the same, to look deeper and to find a well of self-love within that self-awareness. And so I'm so curious about, how this shows up for you all and who you use as your reflection, who you use as your mirror, and how this idea of getting the reflection back helps you, again, dig deeper. And then it's so interesting because we dig deeper just to go back outside. So we're constantly going between the inside and the outside worlds, and mirrors can just help us do that and keep this process going. So I'd love for you to share below how do you get your reflection? Who is your reflection? Do you have a coach? Do you have a therapy group? Do you have a friend that can be your reflection? And I think the last thing that I'd like to say about this that has also come up is the reason why I feel like, allergies. A reason why I think that a coach can be a wonderful venue or avenue for reflection is that, when I share things with my family, we have emotional history, and sometimes it's hard for them to just reflect. They might automatically want to go to fixing or giving advice, and it comes from a place of deep love, and it comes from a place of connection. But sometimes it disempowers me. Not disempowers, but it doesn't put me in the seat of empowerment. And likewise, when I share with friends, they might veer towards taking my side or wanting to just give me some affirmations. But there's so much power in having a person that is a guide, a person that's an outsider, a person that can give us a more neutral perspective to be that mirror. Okay, the allergy itch is not going to go away, so I'm hopping off, but I'm so interested in this idea of reflection. I'm going to keep watching it in my own life, and I'd love to see what comes up for you. If you don't have someone to be your mirror, to be your reflection, please reach out to me. I would love to talk with you more. I would love to help you build that support and figure out how can you find somebody in your life to be your mirror. And if it's not me, then we can help you figure out who that person can be for you or for your teen. So talk to you soon and have a lovely Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week.